an idiot.
Rob, so
I grew
you
up in the
know,
blackest
this
city in
faggot,
America.
Ibrahim or whatever his fucking faggot ass name is.
So
Listen,
rich.
you don't even know that my fucking father's is North
Oh,
American.
your dad's not Native American.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
No, your dad's white.
So my point is, Rob, there's people like myself, right, who are like half black, half indigenous, or whatever.
Well, I mean that's a direct lineage though. If your father is Native American,
He wasn't though. We've all seen his dad's photo. His dad was white.
a lot of Native
He said my
Americans
dad-
look
my
white
dad
though.
don't look
No,
like-
your
lot of-
dad
a
was
lot of
mixed
them-
race. That's all he was.
My
He
dad
was
looked like a black. It looked like a
Who
dark
doesn't?
ass fucking Apache. What are you
No,
talking
he doesn't. I've seen his picture. I've seen his picture where he's in his prison
Everybody
outfit.
seen my.
He was
You
in
know,
the
Rob, when I
listen,
saw the picture, he's trolling.
the
Everybody
one
thought
where
my
he's in the
father
brown
was fucking
jumpsuit
like
with the
Guatemalan or
white
some
fucking
shit.
slides on, and he's
Wait,
standing
look,
in
but
front
if you-
of
Rob,
the
but see,
world
you know,
map.
like the
And it has,
the
like,
Native
wood grain
American
on the back
looking
walls.
cats that act black and shit. That's how. That's
I
how
wish
my
I would've
fucking
kept
father-
Well, that's
picture, bro.
because a lot of the Native Americans in certain areas grew up basically just like us. You feel me?
Yeah.
Especially in this
And
modern
they were
time. In this modern
they were
time.
black people.
But what you say?
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, like,
But there's a distinct difference between what you're saying
and you're talking
and
about the
claim-
FBAs.
and
Like that.
now the FBAs. To be fair, the FBAs don't necessarily claim to be the Indians.
Yeah,
They
no.
just want to delineate. Now some do, but most aren't making that claim. They just want to delineate from saying that we're African American. What I'm talking about are the people.
Which African Americans only 20, 30, 40 years.
Well, that's not true.
That's
That's actually not true,
yeah,
man.
he's the one that came
that's-
up with it.
No, he's
Because
made
black
it.
people in the 40s.
No,
Let me
no,
say
listen
this
to you
real
something.
quick.
There's books from the
In the
1700s.
Rob,
Mhm.
here's the problem. Black people were enslaved. They were brought over here through chattel slavery from Africa.
No,
You know
Yeah,
this. You ain't got to tell me
I
this,
know,
brother.
but I'm explaining it for Ray,
Rob, it's
and
not-
Ray
No,
knows
tell
it's
me
true.
that.
Ray knows that it's true.
No, it's
Rob,
only
though.
true for a certain
So,
segment
Ray,
of black
you
folks
know
in
that
America.
it's true that they came through chattel slavery and their culture
Certain
was stripped
segment of
away.
it.
Their culture was
No.
stripped away, and they lost their identity, and that's why you guys go through this whole being fucking Moorish Science Temple of
I'm not gonna
America
let
to
no white boy talk
Muslims
like this.
to being
I'm not
fucking
gonna let
now
no white
Native
boy talk like
Americans
this.
to
Yeah,
being the
being
true
there.
Israelites.
I'm gonna say this, that misinformation in America is at an all-time high. Like, I don't know what it is.
Right.
Somebody did say that the first time they heard this was 10 years ago. And what emerged 10 years ago? What term? Fake news is a term that emerged 10 years ago. Like with the Israelites, this is why, like, although I think a lot of them are fucking nutcases, with the Israelites, it's a logical thing, let me say this, but it's also logical for multiple groups to feel like they could be one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Like,
Yeah, but ask Ray about fucking Abba Bivens. Abba Bivens was a fucking he was a not Jehovah's Witness. He was a fucking
He was
Ellen
an
G.
Old
White.
Testament only.
No, hold on. No. He was
No,
a
shut
follower
up.
of
He was
Ellen
an
G.
Old Testament
He was a
only.
follower of Ellen
He
G.
was a
White.
Freemason.
He
I
was
understand.
a Freemason. Then he became a Baptist. Then he became a follower of Ellen G. White. And then he went into fucking this whole black Hebrewism shit. Yeah. And then he fled the United States because there was allegations of him molesting little fucking girls in his congregation. And then he went to Israel. And then he became
I'm pretty
a fucking
sure he
rabbinic.
did. I mean, listen.
Yeah, he was raping the shit out of
I'm
kids.
pretty sure he did. I mean, I've always talked about how he
Or
was
no,
a
that was
stunner.
Ben Israel. Ben Israel. Abba Bivens was the one that was raping. Abba Bivens was raping.
Abba Bivens rape. Wait,
Yeah, he
wait.
raped-
Do you have an article on it?
Yeah, so Abba Bivens was the one that was
No, can you
raping.
post the article in
Hold on,
the chat?
I will.
I'm not saying I don't.
I know. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, Abba Bivens was the one that was raping older women in his congregation, like adult women. Ben Israel's the one that was molesting kids.
Okay, so
Ben
so
Parker Israel, whatever his name was. They're from like
Yeah, so-
1890s and early 1900s.
Yeah, well, I don't know about. Well, here's the thing, right? I already know that he's a scumbag, so that's not
Yeah,
a
it is.
problem.
Total
But I
bullshit.
didn't hear about the fucking the molesting and raping.
Yeah, one of them was wanted by the government, and then the other was wanted by like the local police for like
Do you
molesting.
have a article?
I had the articles. I'd have to look them up again. They're like fucking buried because it's a nothing burger fucking small shit from like 100 years ago that Nobody like writes about. There's
So-
like there's no like New York Times fucking articles on it. It's like
no,
old
I'm pretty
historical
sure.
articles.
But
This the thing though.
Rob, but listen, Rob, here's a thing.
I was just about to say
He was
this.
just a Joseph
Hebrew
Smith.
Israelites, whether they want to acknowledge it or not, they acknowledge that at the very least we spend a great amount of time in Africa. Like that, this is what they will acknowledge. And this is
Not
what
all.
whole no, they like I'm telling you, I've been
So
around
you have some Hebrew Israelites
There-
that say
there-
that they're
there are
actually
those-
indigenous people from the Americas. They've never
No.
been from Africa. And then you
So-
have other people that say they're the Israelites that were sold by the Hamites from West Africa. So like,
What
Hamites
they'll
like the
say-
kings that sold
what they,
earlier.
no, what they'll say is
Well,
Israel,
Rob,
you know,
Rob, there's
I'm
these people
finished.
though, like
I'm
I
not
know
finished.
with Rob, but
I'm not finished.
You can ask
I'm not
me
finished.
directly.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
I
finished.
know, okay, Rob, I know
I'm
I said
not
that.
finished.
I know.
I'm not finished.
I know I said
I'm-
only known about
You
it,
I'm
can
not
ask me
finished.
directly,
but I've
I'm
studied
not
it more
finished.
than all of you combined.
I'm not finished.
No, you have not.
I'm not finished. I'm gonna say this. What I was getting at is they'll explain, you know, like when the 12 tribes are first like taken over and then disbanded, and then many were exiled out of the Holy Land. Many went west, right? Many fled into North Africa and kept fleeing over into what we know as West Africa today. There's strong evidence of West African tribes in the 7th, 8th, 9th century that were keeping Jewish customs, whether it be circumcision, whether it be the dietary customs, or even the acknowledgement of the Hebrew God. Like this was going on. So it's like, what I tell them is like, whereas you could try to spin this whole idea that we aren't African, you feel
Yeah,
me?
but that claim's only
By-
made by the Igbos. And the
by-
Igbos
by-
and the Igbos and the
No,
Bantus.
I'm talking about actual
Yeah.
Hebrew Israelites in America.
Yeah, I know.
This is what I'm
you're
talking
talking
about.
You're talking about the people that were in West Africa, which is the Igbo, and the Igbo claim that, but there's no historical or archaeological evidence that they
I mean,
practice
there's
in
other
these
tribes that
fucking
also.
that they
They
practice. Yeah,
also
the
kept the
Bantus, the fucking.
Bantus aren't the tribe that they're talking about.
I know, but you're talking about the Igbos out of Nigeria, but
the
those are
Igbos wouldn't have been the people that I'm talking about in the 7th, 8th, 9th century.
they're the ones that claim this though.
And it's more than just that. My point is,
But
is that
the
Hebrew
point is about the
Israelites.
Igbos. There's no
I'm
historical.
talking about American.
There's no historical or
Hebrew
archaeological
Israelites
evidence that
who will
Igbos
acknowledge
practiced
that
in
black
Judaism
people-
prior to the
who will
introduction
acknowledge
of the
that
Bible.
black people have been in Africa for over 1,000 years. Because if you're acknowledging that these people fled, and if we know for Christ, this would probably be 2,000 years ago plus that these people would have started fleeing in the West. So for 2,000 years up until what? Well, let's say 1,500 years. It's like, man, stop. That's all I'm saying. Like this idea that we are not ancestrally Africans, kind of stupid. I can say that it's rooted in slavery, but I'm gonna say that it's rooted more in misinformation. Yes, there are a lot of black people who long to know our identity prior to colonialization, but there are plenty of black people who understand this is our story. You feel me? And they're actually proud of the fact that, hey, through all of this shit, we created a story. We have a story to be proud of. For me, like I don't have to be a Pan-Africanist to recognize that I'm ancestrally African. But I also don't feel like I have to go around saying that I'm African, because I'm American. I'm a black American. I'm an African American, whatever you want to call it, I'm fine with that. But I'm not fine with black people moving around saying that we don't have no ancestral connection to Africa, because then that would take away the idea of being black itself. Like it is actually, you can't like separate the two. I sure as hell ain't gonna let no nigga from Seattle tell me about shit. I'm really from this shit, man.
He's just mad because his daddy's playing.
Oh, jeez. Well, any of the mods here even?
Joe is. Timothy is.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do a quick run. I might close it down.
Alright.
Beaver, Joe. Okay. I think it's a thumbs up to close it down. Just didn't want to do a quick open up the room or whatever, but sitting well with your PDR scared the hell out of me. The fuck?
My nigga Steiny.
Alright, I'll catch you guys around.
An existing proposition on it, and you know what it is versus the unknown. So those are two different things.
Not really.
Very two different
Because
things.
the potentiality of a born baby
no.
is
Let's
not
just,
that much different from
no,
the potentiality
this
of
is-
an
no,
unborn
but
fetus
this
at
is-
24 weeks,
but
for
let's
example.
just say
So they're not
no.
that different. And
No, this
the
is very
problem
different.
still, no, they're not. And the problem still like repeats itself regardless, which is what we're talking about. So we don't have to take a weird detour down. I don't think that's necessary. Like the
But
point
who's
we're
bringing
making
it up?
is
You are. So
no, really you are, because we were talking about potentiality.
okay.
That's what we're talking about.
I
So the
never
point
want to
still
bring
stands.
abortion into debate ever, but we are talking just not existing people on this planet right now. That's what I just want to keep it on. I don't, or not me. I don't like it's not my
Fetuses
but
fetuses, unborn fetuses have an
okay. I don't.
status. So that's a
I'm
weird
just
thing
gonna
to
just
say.
say no. I'm just
Yes,
saying.
they do. Fetuses exist.
I'm not saying no. What I'm
Fetuses
saying,
exist.
I'm saying no because I don't want to have this conversation. That's
Because you have an opinion on abortion.
absolutely I do. I was just saying I'm talking about people that are born living on this earth and the struggle that they're doing right now.
Yeah, you're drawing an ad hoc arbitrary line, and it doesn't matter for the point we're making.
Okay. All right. I digress.
Right. We can remain neutral on what the personhood status of the unborn is. Like I'm not really trying to take a position on that anyway. The point we're making is the potentiality question would still apply to the unborn fetus every bit as much as it applies to the newborn. Right? It's still a potentiality issue. That's all we were talking about. why you shouldn't have casual philosophy. People who are not familiar with my philosophy. Andre, this is all your fault, bro. No, to be fair, I think that they actually engaged very well in this. They engaged the way I would have engaged, having engaged with these ideas for the first time. Like when I was an undergraduate, I didn't really know about any of this shit. I would have engaged them to ask the same question. So there's no shade to anybody, but like it is something that I'm really fascinated by the view that letting a rich person skip the line for some kind of like life-saving medication is some kind of law. Like I was trying to figure out this man position. I actually can't do it. I can't figure it out.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to know, maybe you kind of slipped in passing without doing anything, but when you said that if the rules of the institution require people in healthcare allows for skipping the line, would that be then morally permissible, or if there's something about the agreement?
So it's illegal.
I said if there was something like a fast pass, it would be more. I would evaluate it differently because fairness wouldn't be obstructed in as egregious a way, in my opinion. But my objection to that comparison was what is described in Alicia isn't like that at all, so it doesn't change my mind.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
but can we pretend? So obviously in those institutions there is some sort of information that allows them to skip the line. So let's pretend that there is in fact some sort of contract written, and people who are participating in the line, they agree that like they will be, since they pay some sort of universal healthcare tax, they're just part of the line. But if a person can contribute to the hospital as a whole, and therefore partially promote their well-being, maybe the hospital can acquire like more organs for that.
That's true.
And so
Well, then it becomes more complicated because I have more dimensions to evaluate. Like,
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
So my statement was, my friend, who is a doctor at Mount Sinai, are talking with their other doctor friends of how this is, because this is like a new thing, I don't know, a bunch of years ago, that this has come about. And no one knows the answer, but they do. It's not profiting the hospital itself. It's profiting the hospital's ownership's pockets. And there's loopholes within donations and contributions that don't really affect the common people. It affect the people that, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. Go on.
when we understand what you were saying, Andre was like giving a permutation of what you started with because he was trying to tease out some moral nuance. So it was something we're misunderstanding what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, if you really want to go through this exercise, I can think about it out loud with you. But the main thing is that if there's anything about the arrangement that is operating on, I'm going to Kantian on it, is operating on any kind of maxim that violates the formula of humanity, that's basically what I'm going to try to evaluate for. And if I find that, I'm going to object to it on that basis.
Well, because then it means that those propositions they made should be then irrelevant to you. Because regardless of whether there is an agreement, internal agreement, that sort of acts like a subjective moral agreement within a certain society. Like, they're just lacking in information about moral maxima because
they could be aware of all the nuances and take that into their decision in formulating the policy. And if they did that, then I think I wouldn't object to it.
Okay, I wouldn't object to it.
Is it possible?
Well, I wouldn't if it violates the formula of humanity or any other If that's not
So if they evaluated their internal rules based on sort of like a similar model as, for example,
respect for human beings, like if the whole thing is rooted in respect for human beings, and the policy. Well, but I'm saying if they did that, if there's a way to, I don't do it, but if there was a way to do that to respect the what effectively would be for Kantian the formula of humanity in the policy, and it still entailed some kind of past-like element to it that still respected the dignity of human beings, and everybody got a chance to like have their say in a democratic way, perhaps, and they all like, okay, and here's the purpose for it, and here's the maximum in which we allowed it, and it was very explicit, or whatever, and sincere. If that's even possible, then I would be like, that is the thing that I'm saying doesn't really violate it. And so it's permissible. The thing is, I just don't think that this is possible, to be honest with you.
Okay, so just hear me out, and then Pat, you can go. There is something that's used, an intuition that is used when concerning the rules for safety or evacuation. You know, women and children, elderly, then men. So I would say that intuition is deeply rooted in, you know, like I'm more naturalist in that respect, in what is more of a moral worth. Children, women, highest moral worth. Elderly is going next, and then the rest.
No, I actually don't think that's necessarily the maximum. Actually, I think that you could actually justify a policy like that on Kantian grounds. But the moment you started suggesting that women and children have more worth than men, you would actually be violating the formula. You could do it in terms of recognizing that all of the individuals involved have the same moral worth, but some individuals, under a context where not everybody can survive, are volunteering to prioritize the women and children because they all are abiding by some kind of value of protecting women and children or whatever. Not because they think that they're worth less as men than them, but because they all are taking on a role of defending them as men, right, or something like that. Then I think that that's fine.
But you see, you sort of like you put in brackets there, in that view, subjective perception of women and children having more moral value or individual value than them. And
No, I don't think if I wanted to
formula.
sacrifice, if only two people could fit in a lifeboat, and I'm there with my wife and my children, and I volunteer to sacrifice myself so that they can live, it's not because I think of myself as worth less than them, right? Like that's actually a consistent rational view. It's because I'm volunteering to take on the sacrifice that one of us was going to have to take on necessarily anyway, to ensure that the people who I value living can continue to live, even if it's
which is an understandable emotional answer.
Well, it's social and it's sentimental, but
yeah,
the point is, it doesn't need to be motivated by a maxim that starts with the premise.
Yeah, let's take your.
Before you go, I'm just going to examine.
Moral worth is less. That's my point. That doesn't necessarily have to be my motivation.
So two directions. I'm not going to pursue them because it's going to be a long discussion. But just that decision by itself. Now, would you accept a sacrifice of your child or wife in you in that situation? And
but I accept it. Well, I mean, you'd have to give me more information. Like in general.
There's a lifeboat. Okay, so lifeboat, 3 people. It's you, your child, your wife.
Yeah.
You say, you know, the only acceptable course here is if I volunteer to sacrifice myself for some sentimental.
No. Not the only one. Okay. So I was saying it was morally permissible for.
Oh yeah, morally permissible. Sorry, that's you know, I accept that correction. It's permissible. Yes. Now, would it be permissible for your child to sacrifice themselves to save you and your wife in your view?
I think that there's a scenario under which that could be permissible. You'd have to say.
I can give you an example.
But the reason why that's enabled is because fundamentally, no one individual's moral worth is worth more than the other. That's not the basis for it.
You see, intuitively, I would say it's wrong, and I would like to explore the intuition of why. Me personally, I would not accept that as a feasible.
99% of the time, I would agree with you. But what I think what Black News is saying is he thinks about the margins, and that's why we all find him so entertaining and
No,
intelligent.
I'm just trying to think in principle ways. Like, what is the?
Well, I'll give you this. I would give you the example. I'm on the Titanic. There's three seats on the boat left, and I have a family of 4. 99.9% of the time, is my family gets on the board. I go down with the ship. I'll try to swim. Like, I'll be optimistic. Like, I'll drink a lot of whiskey. Like, those are the people who survived. By the way, people who got drunk, regulated body temperature, and blood flow. But like, my logic is I would let my family survive. Now, however, if I had a family of 4, me and my wife and 2 kids, and one of my kids I brought into this world with a debilitating disease that they're not going to survive when it's 8. And this kid is 6 years old right now. He has a 2-year life expectancy. But like, sending a woman into the world with like 1 kid and 1 kid with a 2-year life expectancy, that's a fucking harsh world for a single mom. So in that case, I would understand, like, if a father had to hesitate and take a beat. And to Alicia's argument, I was only basing it off of moral like servitude.
Okay, but I want to step away.
There's a better case. So like, my question is this: like, let's take away the classes for example. Like, anyone who's worked in a hospital, like especially in an emergency room, you know that the person who has more family and friends showing up, you're gonna give more attention to. Well, like, at the end of the day, from a nurse to a doctor to an orderly to
That is
like,
completely
everyone can give
false.
more.
That is completely false.
All right, well,
We
No.
can make an
but like,
argument.
my point is this:
It's not that. No, this is.
if a guy was number 2 on this transplant list, let me give you
No,
this.
no. You're now it's a different point of view. Now you're saying someone coming into an emergency room, needing something done, X, Y, and Z. If they have more family, they're going to get more attention. That's completely false.
You know, I'm all over the place. Trying to stay focused.
I'm trying to stay focused with this. I'm trying to give 2 people in a similar situation. So imagine 2 people making the same exact amount of money, 6 kids, and they end up in the emergency room. And over the course of a week, like, one person has had 0 visitors, like none of his 6 kids, friends, no family. He's like kind of a hermit. Versus someone who has all the 6 kids showing up, a bunch of grandkids, neighbors, friends, and stuff. Do you really not think that, like, a natural inclination of nursing staff and just hospital staff in general is, hey, we're going to give this a more attention because, like, he's a lot more people who care about him. But, like, it is just human nature.
Okay, but what does that
Disagreeing with the
show?
laws of human nature.
What does that show? What do you think that proves?
I'm saying that if the guy who had no relatives, no friends, no family, no one show up, he was number 2 on the liver transplant list, and this other guy was number 3 on the liver transplant list, I think
that proves.
I think that hospitals have to deal with that all the time.
Okay, but what?
And if
what
you
is
don't think that there is every emergency.
What is morally relevant? What is the morally relevant principle you're trying to extract from this?
My morally relevant principle is that I'm consistent. I think the guy who has all of his family show up and his friends and his neighbors and all that type of stuff vouching for him, if he's number 3 on the transplant list versus the guy who's number 2 on the transplant list and no one showed up for him at all,
how does that help us? How does that help us explore what we and Andre were trying to explore?
Because I think that the person who had all of his friends and family and neighbors and all that show up is a more morally contributive person.
What does that have to do with whether or not it's morally permissible for a man to sacrifice himself for his family?
We're getting back on the original topic that we're talking about. all of you are criticizing me about. Like, my point.
I'm gonna try to steal man. So what that is reversing back to utilitarian logic in terms of contribution to the society. So a person that's
moral contribution to society.
Yeah, moral contribution to society. So the person that's the most reach out there in the society and touched more lives in a positive manner worth more than a person that has not.
Exactly.
I mean, I've already rejected that, but okay. I mean, that doesn't help us explore what we're trying to explore, though. Like, I guess if you want to put it in utilitarian terms, there would be a different rationale for why it would be okay for a person to sacrifice themselves for the family. It would, like, assume be because the family members, either collectively or maybe each individually, had more moral worth than the relevant father or whoever was making the sacrifice. So therefore, it's justified on utilitarian grounds. That's not really helpful though, because I'm not trying to explore this on utilitarian grounds, but I acknowledge that that's consistent with utilitarianism, I guess, if that's the goal.
I think you were taking the utilitarian argument where you, like you said, like 100% I would sacrifice my family for myself in that situation.
Well, no, the challenge
but
is
there is counterpoint.
I can tell you, I actually started rejecting utilitarianism, but I still think that under the Kantian deontological framework that I was using, you want to look up deontology real quick, you can do that. That I was trying to justify why it would be consistent with recognizing the intrinsic moral worth of all people that let's say a father could sacrifice himself voluntarily to preserve the life of his wife and child. That's what I was trying to explain. And Andre was trying to poke and prod at that, I think, fairly.
I just want.
Andre, did you want to continue though?
No, it's the second one is like
you my ill hand.
I would like to explore the in which makes you make the decision to sacrifice yourself, because I think that's a very natural intuition for any father and husband to first and foremost, promote the life and well-being of their children first, and then their spouse second.
Well, I acknowledge the sentimentality, but I don't know that it needs to be the maxim that needs to be entailed by the maxim. I'm a human being, so I have feelings and I acknowledge the sentimentality. But if the scenario is such that only people can fit, there's three of us, one of us has to not go anyway. That is a practical situation that justifies the decision. Or at least part, it's a scenario in which it would be morally permissible and justifiable to do so.
Yeah, sure, but I'm really interested on how those intuitions our moral judgments and why do we have those judgments. I think that's absolutely my naturalistic point of view on morality, or how it emerges from the natural necessity.
I don't think it's hard to justify protecting your family on moral grounds. And the sacrifice is born out of a practical necessity. Right? There's only two spots. There's three people.
Static breeze beneath the skin. The silence is a frequency. Every heartbeat triggers another code. Don't escape, become the transmission. the sign of the open eye. A riddle of shadows where whispers lie. The thorny thigh, the maddening cry. Open, open, open.
And why us experiencing something completely opposite of what it experiences was necessary for it to have relationship with us. Why we have to go through the universe that we live in with all the stuff that we've been talking about. I cannot reconcile the two. Like I said, one without the universe without the intention makes sense that it is the way it is and things are as crazy as they are, or great and beautiful and horrible as they are, and all of it. We experience all of it. But it doesn't make sense with perfection at the front of it because I don't understand would want or need us to experience what we experience in order to have a relationship with us. I don't.
Marty has a question for Andy. Andy.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Andrew Cass, this is Myrna. We think that various tribes around the world who live pretty much with nothing but scraps made a choice to live this way. Why do you think that they did not make a choice to live this way?
I don't think I understand the question.
Yeah, you do. It's a pretty direct question. I'm going to shorten it. Why do you think that the people that you believe live in such horrible, destitute ways did not choose to live the way they did?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that people that don't live in first world conditions cannot have fulfilling lives or feel happy with their lives. I'm not.
That's not my question. I'm talking about the tribes around the world. Why do you think that they did not choose to live the way they do?
I didn't say anything that they wouldn't. I didn't say anything that they wouldn't.
Well, I think her point is that you brought these other examples of people that are, in terrible, destitute, horrific conditions around the world. That's kind of a
horrible destitute conditions, and that can be that can be in a bunch of different places. But there are also tribes that live very happily in the ways that they are.
No, but what I'm saying is, what she's saying is, I think, is that these are
I was not making that I was not making an absolute distinction in that way, in that people that live in different conditions than first world conditions can't be happy. I wasn't.
Well, no. She is
because she's saying
it's not about happiness.
It is because she's saying they choose.
No, it's not. It's not about that. I'm going to tell you. You equivocate. You falsely described and compared two different types of civilizations, saying one is better than the other. Now, I don't know.
No, not at all. What I was saying was people that have like a certain level of material, whatever, right? Compared to people not that don't have that. And I specifically said people that are in miserable living conditions, and they are miserable, as in the kids that get fight for warlords in other countries. I'm not talking about people that have an existence that's simpler but are not miserable. I'm not. Yeah, that's. It was more because of the what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to compare people that have an easy existence that people have a hard existence, and then the people that have the easy existence, right, the easier existence, claiming that something is looking out for them. And that's when maybe I should change it, because like whoever is having a hard time in a miserable experience, right, the person that's having the easier experience claiming that they're being looked at. Yeah, I appreciate that. I would not want to be misperceived as saying that people living in a simpler existence are somehow less than. That's not.
It's not even really that too, though, Andrew, because people can just self-impose. I think one of the things that Myrna is saying, and I think it's very relevant, is some people just they impose these conditions upon themselves and don't even want people to try to change them. They don't want to do something different, even if they're miserable. There's some people that will fight for their misery. They will fight for the conditions that they're in because it's habit, it's tradition, it's ever, right? It can be part of their, their rituals. They can have all this stuff that makes them miserable, but they're going to fight tooth and nail to protect that. So that does need to be taken into account, because if you're doing any comparison to them and saying, well, somebody, and I know we've already talked through it, so I'm not hitting you on this original point, but I'm just saying, well, you were saying, if somebody's a believer and they're like, God has blessed me and gave me all of this abundance, right? They're living in let's say America, and they're in a really, wealthy part of the country or whatever, and they're doing really well, right? Well, to say, well, that person, if they're like, well, with all of this, given the fact there's all these other people that are in horrific living conditions, that's kind of God favored me and God cares about me, but not those people. I mean, those people may have the opportunities to be and have advancements just like you do.
It's gonna be a harder case to make in certain parts.
No.
It's gonna be a harder.
No. I don't know. I understand that it's not going to be one for one. But my point is any bit of improvement, any bit of better conditions, if they're choosing to reject those and they're choosing to say, hey, I want to keep this particular lifestyle up, or I don't want anybody to change my way of life, that's really something you should be putting on God. And you shouldn't be saying that the person that's thankful for Christians in a first world country, that they're somehow arrogant because that they appreciate that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We already talked that.
Yeah, we did.
The point that I was on to now was that whole world that we're talking about, the world that we live in, makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense. That makes a naturalistic version of it makes sense. It doesn't make sense when you have the perfect being at the front of it.
What would you expect?
I would expect for the being to figure out a way for beings to be in relationship with him that didn't have to experience living or being or having experience in some other way that necessitated not being able to have a wonderful perfect experience. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I know you're not gonna like this, Amy, but I'm gonna tell you that Myrna would like you to read Julian James, The Origin of the Breakdown of the Bicameral Mind, and you are gonna understand.
Can you give me a link to that? I won't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down. You are gonna understand how the human brain was bifurcated over 2,500 years ago, and why there are people like Andy and God believers today. Myrna's gonna put down.
Okay, yeah, I would love to read it. I would absolutely love to read it.
I love you, Andrew. I just want you to know that, and I don't love Andy. I'm gonna shit.
But when you say Andy, it's confusing because it could be either
No, she's
Andrew
talking
or
about me. No, she's talking about me.
Andy,
Okay.
Andrew.
Okay.
Andrew versus Andy.
Yes. Anytime you hear Andy, it's going to be coupled with some disdain. Some disdain.
Oh, some disdain.
Right.
I don't
Yes.
hate you, Andy. I just think that you got some issues.
I do have a few issues. Maybe a lot of issues, Myrna. Welcome back, Brother
Well,
Thomas.
message me that, Mira, because I would love to read.
Andricus, who was the person that you brought? Because I said Nick Vujicic. You were trying to bring up some person. You said Erickson or some person.
Johnny Erickson. She's this girl in the 70s that had this accident that broke her neck and paralyzed her, and she developed this art career where she would hold a pen in her mouth and draw amazing art with her mouth, and she had this whole Christian testimony.
She also draws with her feet.
Yeah.
Myrna used to follow Johnny and listen to her music when I was a Calvinist.
Well, I thought she was paralyzed. How does she draw with her feet?
She's able to. I don't know how she does, but she's able to now.
She's able to draw with her feet because she's able to, Andricus.
Thank you.
Oh, there you are, Hot Dog. Hot Dog, you're kind of tough to get a hold of, man. I tell you. Call out to the Hot Dog.
You're trying to get in touch with Hot Dog Goblin?
Yes, I am trying to get it. Yes.
Nice.
Hot Dog Goblin's a gangster. I just want to say this, and then I want to
It
ask you
didn't
something. Hot
sound
dog.
right. It sounds like some kind of sexual.
Oh, gee.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, gee.
But Andrew, well, he can explain his name in a second. But I was going to say Andrew, because everybody, but Andrew especially. This Nick Vujicic guy, I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure I saw him swimming, and I was like, well, he doesn't have any limbs. He has no limbs, and he's in the water swimming.
Humans can be. You can be buoyant without.
Oh, his name is Ogmandino. God, I'm just lexic, and the D was a G my whole life. The greatest salesman in the world. Ogmandino. This is one of the greatest books.
This is your Lollapalooza Chicago after party hosted by the John Kitover Band. Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com.
With its jagged claw, the beasts emerge as the gods withdraw. A storm of silence, a broken am born to death, reborn on the hand. Under neon skies where the star comes, shadows whisper truths as the bassline drums. The will is fire, unchained, untamed. No path is written, no soul is blamed. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the stars, let the sun smell your will. Unswayed, it's alive, it's still. Delivered from the lust of the thrill. not right, but to do thy will. Feel the surge, let the silence fill your will. Unafraid, it's
This is for me where the difficulty lies, and the having children kind of highlighted it for me, because before that I was on the very, like, I was sort of in between utilitarian, Kant, each seemed attractive in certain respects, Kantian moral logic seemed a little more consistent, more clean, and you know pure and stuff. But that experience threw everything into a mix, sort of like a laundry machine mix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Kantian until further notice. I'm not necessarily unwilling to abandon it ever, but so far it seems to work. But
Okay.
I don't know that any framework would have. I mean, just the subtle thing you said about like by any means necessary. That always makes my ears perk up.
I'm gonna take the modern, because I'm with Andre. I'm about to be a dad and everything like that, and I've thought about this scenario where I'm on the Titanic, and I brush up with my kid, who's autistic, and another dad brush up with his dad who's autistic, just like myself. Card carrying, like diagnosed autistic in college. Anyways, so like there's one seat left on a boat that's getting away from the Titanic, and we both have autistic sons, and they're both as likely to make it. But like my kid eats crayons and like hisses at people, and his son is like an autistic, solves Rubik's cubes and Sudokus, but like in the eye for more than 2 seconds. I would acknowledge that like that person probably for society, and again, like trying just to think about it as my son that's about to be born, all about and everything like that. But like I still have that little bit of logic that like afterwards, like after this kid is born and I grow up with him, I'm like, yo, his hissing and crayon like eating is, yeah, fuck that kid who solves the Rubik's cube. Like I've seen a lot of like non-autistics do that much quicker. So
Yeah, I mean, Pat, you won't know until you know. The fact of the matter is that you care, right now before it becomes real. That's the important part, you know.
how
And so
hard was it? Did you guys have a name going in, or did you have like a list of names and you let like the personality of the baby choose the name? Is that a weird question?
for me, it's not a weird question. We didn't have a name until we wanted to see him before we named him, right? Because they roll out the paperwork.
But did you have a list that you had narrowed it down to?
No, we literally like came up with it on the spot.
All right, cool. That makes me feel better. You guys really winged it. Like I'm not winging it that much.
Yeah, I mean, my other friends who've had kids or and multiple children, they have their names picked out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But one thing I can tell you about being a father in this day and age is that there's a lot of surprises, bro. Like there's like a shit ton of things that I thought I was prepared very well. I have a great mother and father. My wife does as well. We thought we had it all figured out, but no, no, no. It's dynamic, and that's the fun part about it.
We got middle names picked out for like her mom died, my dad died. Like we both have like a living mom. Like I have a mom, she's his dad. So like we're the first two we're doing versions of our parents' names as the middle name, and then like creating new beginnings. I don't want to Pat Junior is what I'm saying. I think people who name their kids like Junior is a little egotistical in some ways, and also they're admitting I want my kid to do better than me, like so much better than me. But I don't want him to be known as the better Pat. Like he's going to do better than me and have a different name than me. I don't want him to.
I mean, with all due respect, Pat, if you name your kid a great name, he probably will have a junior because it's a great name. Pat, all due respect, yeah, I mean, let's diversify a little bit. It's kind of a basic name. That's why I didn't name my kid Keith. Come on, name Keith.
With a Y? Very easy.
Exactly. It's like, dude, I can't do that again, dude. But the other day we were at the fair, the OC fair, and he's going into high school, so we let him go with his high school friends. And then my wife and I we ran into him in the night, and he's with this girl. And my wife, like on the way home, she turned to me and was like, "You have the biggest smile on your face," and it was such a cool experience, dude. Teenage years, they can become assholes, but at the same time, that's when they become men or women, and it's satisfying. I'll tell you that.
About you.
Hey, I want to say something.
I see you too, Amir. Not to worry.
I think Emerald should have said something to A before blocking them just like that.
But she's the owner of half the house. She's the leader.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Hey, when we open the needle. Shut up. No. Let me open the room. No. Stop.
Not
the room, the house. You're a liar.
Emerald should have said something to A before doing that.
No, but she's the leader. She's the admin of the house.
No, that's not her.
That's her house.
If that was her job, then why didn't she mod? That's the only modding that she fucking did. You're a snake. You're a slime ball. Are you happy now? Look at you, and you're the victim. Look at you.
I gotta finish.
I should have told you, and I'm sorry. Are you happy now? You're not. You're not good people, man.
I don't know.
Okay, please allow Don to finish it. A, please. Go on, Don.
Okay. Emerald should have told something to A before blocking her. Now, I don't know.
Danish, come up, please. You were trying
Nothing happened. There was no reason.
Hold on. Let Don finish.
Now,
and she did it behind my back.
Okay, so Emerald should have told something to A before blocking them, just out of the blue stage, while they were on stage or whatever. But I don't know if A's reaction to that is justified. But then again, so situations where you could be frustrated while you're trying to do things.
But at the same time, you were traumatized.
No, I was because I don't think she's a good mod. I don't think A's a good mod.
Yeah, I know.
But Ambrose is a good mod.
Ambrose is a good mod. If you kick your personal friends out, that doesn't
Hold on. Is Ambrose a good mod, Don?
Then she's good.
I didn't see I didn't see her experience at that moment.
She didn't move you down.
You didn't see her modding. She modded when she brought you up. So you associate her modding with good.
No,
she brought you up.
Hey, I didn't
she did bring you up. W mod.
I didn't say she's good or bad. I said I didn't see her experience in modding in that room.
Yeah, because she wasn't.
Okay, she brought you back up, Don.
Okay, that's it's not that, but that doesn't show her full.
That shows that she was on your side.
It shows that she has an agenda.
1 second.
Not agenda. She was on Don's
side. She had an agenda. You're slow. You'll catch up.
She respects Don. Don is a good character, by the way.
No, the agenda. It's not about. He's a tool.
The agenda was to
He's a pawn.
Friends.
The agenda was to talk about Iran. The agenda, when I told them don't bring them up here, and you brought them back, is to create more chaos. You're just like Israel. You love chaos.
I don't think.
You are just like Israel. You love chaos.
I don't think she brought me up to create chaos, bro. I genuinely think that aspect of what she was trying to do is really bring the people.
Yeah, she respects.
I know. But why were you guys trolling me? Why did I have to bring you back down?
I was trolling you because you couldn't.
Why did I have to bring you back down?
Because we were telling you.
Right. So, but hold on. If it's my space, it's my space, right? And I bring you down. I say I don't want you on my stage, and she brings you on the fucking stage. You think that's normal?
Bro.
Would Edward ever fucking do that?
Hey,
Edward might do that because Edward.
You're a fucking liar, Amir. If you said seriously, Edward, don't bring him up. Edward's not gonna do it.
Hey, here's the deal. If Edward.
No, there's no deal. You're a liar, man. You're a liar and a snake too.
Don is good buddies with Edward. I'm good buddies with Edward.
I don't care.
Edward and Don.
We
would move. No, he would. If somebody was to move him down, we will definitely bring him
Well, that's you, and this is me. I don't care.
Because we respect Don. I know you have some animosity.
No. It's not about respect. I said I don't want you in the room.
Okay, but you would rather have English. You rather have that genocide denier.
It was General that made that happen. General made that happen. We all conceded, including fucking Emerald. She said she wasn't going to say one thing to her. Carr spoke.
General
as soon as Carr spoke,
she said something.
Yeah, General hijacked your room, which I condemn. I'm doing a public.
I know you're smiling. I know you're smiling like the Grinch. It was pretty funny, but the reality is, especially with this one,
I'm not.
It wasn't a fucking crying. General is the one who made Carr come on the stage. Literally, he said, "Guys, now you're projecting. Now projection.
You need to calm
projection.
down.
Bro, hey, I don't think Emerald's brought us up to create chaos, bro.
She didn't do that.
Honestly,
Emerald doesn't put people down. If I
what did I deal with when it happened?
Probably attack me, but she would shoot down, right, Emerald?
Yeah, I
Maybe.
other people down, but not you.
Yeah, you see, we have that connection, sister brother, you know.
That's why.
It's about intentions in there.
I get
it's
it.
About who comes with what intentions.
It is intentions, and you accomplish your goals. W for you, Snake. W, Israel.
Have you noticed how many?
Have you noticed?
Insults you have thrown towards me.
How many have you thrown?
Yeah, you gotta stop cursing her out. Come on, baby.
I don't know.
It's not a good look for you.
I can't tell if she's.
Do you think I give a flying fuck?
It's like a over.
If you don't give a flying fuck, then why are you screaming your ass off for the past 6 hours?
Because you're lying. I care about lies. You don't. You're Israeli fucking supremacist. You don't care about lies. I do. And that's why I'm unloading the clip, okay?
Where did I lie? Where did I lie?
What Zionist tactic is this? What is it called?
She's not a Zionist, man. She's anti-Zionist.
What is this called?
Amir, I can't understand.
Where did I lie,
If she's
I don't know why you lied.
Super frustrated.
Where did I lie? What did I lie about?
Yeah, I went over that already.
Amir, can
you have amnesia?
Then amuse me, entertain me, and tell me again. Amir, what did I lie about?
I entertain you?
Yes, hang on a second. What do you say?
I don't entertain you. You don't tell me what to do.
What did I lie about?
I
Okay,
can't
so
tell
as long
you.
as you don't, as long as you don't have,
If you're talking, you're lying.
Receipts, don't throw around receipts.
Is that what you think? I have the witnesses
Yes,
too,
where did I
dummy.
lie?
Yeah, I have the
Where?
witnesses.
Bring
Not
them
to
up.
worry. They will.
Bring them
They
up.
will.
Show me where did
They'll
I
come
lie.
when I want them to come. And you'll shut the hell up and wait.
Oh, so all of a sudden we need to wait. And if you're going to make
What Zionist shit is this? This is some weird Zionist shit. This is some IDF shit.
You need to be able to take it.
I can dish. Oh, here's Keenan. Here's Keenan. Here's Keenan. All you have done is show you're a liar. You're a snake. And I know what your true agenda is. You're a liar and you're a snake.
Where did I lie?
Keenan was a witness. Was there a witness?
Keenan. Where's Keenan? Keenan, you have to come up. What was up here?
What did I lie about?
Bring him up. Keenan.
Let's bring up Keenan.
Like I think, you think that saying it over and
What did I lie
over,
about?
you're not gonna get what you
What did
want.
I lie about?
Genuinely sound from you.
We already went
What did I
over
lie
it.
Stay out of it, Bo.
So you're just gonna let her
But when there's two ladies fight, two girls fighting, all men stay out of it, okay?
Keenan, for whatever reason, your friend is lying on me, Keenan.
Because I can't have any simps coming up here and simping for one side. I can't do that.
I don't like you're simping for her.
I'm not simping.
I'm not simping. I'm trying to say the neutral party.
No. Keenan, I really need you to come up. It's going to be very fast.
Bring him up.
It's a lot of lines.
I did send him an invite. Keenan, would you like to come up and testify? This is a courthouse.
No, it's not.
It is a courthouse.
No, it's a joke.
What did I lie about?
Am I your fucking mother? If you don't know what you're responsible for your own behavior. You're responsible for your own behavior.
Come up here.
Get it?
Come up. You need to come up.
What did I lie about,
You're supposed to.
No, Keenan, just come up. Don't worry.
Keenan, if you don't come up, I'm gonna deal with you later.
So many things, give me examples.
She's gonna
Sorry, say it again.
Actually.
Hold on, are you still talking?
Amir, I can't
What did I
tell
lie about, A?
Say it again.
If A is genuinely frustrated because
I'm disgusted.
I don't know
With
if it's justified.
I'm
or if it's
disgusted and I don't. That's fine.
overdoing
I'm
it.
disgusted and I'm apoplectic. That's what it is.
With what?
Because she's still here. She's sitting here denying it. You're such a Zionist.
Denying what? You're not.
What did I lie about? What did I lie about? What did I lie about?
Wait,
Is that a new record?
What she told
What
you
did I
already.
lie about, A?
Almost. Respectfully, she told you already.
Amir, I think
Enlighten
Keon
me,
needs to
Mazi.
come
What
up
did I lie
because the
about?
civilization
This is not enlightening fucking time. I'm not
What
Buddha.
did I
Get
lie
it?
about, Mazi?
You're not getting
Why the fuck are you asking Mazi? Does everybody see what she's
He said
doing?
he heard it.
This is the
Maybe I missed
IDF.
it.
This is Mossad.
Maybe I missed it. Please enlighten me.
Dick.
What did she say that I lie about?
Yeah. I said it already.
Please, if you don't mind helping me.
So Mazi.
No,
here's the
I'm not
deal,
helping
right?
you do shit.
Okay, hold on. Here's the deal, Mazi. While the room is running, right? They actually this happened I think a couple weeks ago. Right?
Where's
Hold on a second. Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. This happened about 2 weeks ago. You have A, because she got moved down by me, right, multiple times, and she got pissed off at me multiple times, right?
Are we making this about you now?
Hold on. Hey, let me just finish my story. So
finish your story. Has nothing to do with
it. happened multiple times, right? She got mad at me, whatever. She cursed me out, which I understand, you know.
I know.
People, hold on a second. Hold on, please mute up. People do curse me out. Then what she did, she put about my own house, and I'm gonna promote people. So she came into this room. She put her link in the chat.
Wait, no. That was a mistake. Don't lie. I came in and lying.
That's okay. You can correct me afterwards. You can speak your truth afterwards. My truth. I'm gonna speak my truth. Thank you. So this happened about a few weeks ago. She opened a house with Emrose. Emrose helped her. Emrose is like, okay, we can open up a house together. It's called the Needle. And we can bring people in, whatever. They opened a house because she saw that the debate is pretty good. She enjoys these debates. Then one day, the room running, she came into this room to put a link in the chat. She's promoting her room out of my room. I'm like, I don't allow that. I don't even allow fucking Amos. I usually kick him out sometimes, and I've been stopped. I haven't seen
Mazi,
him.
That's the problem. Hold on, Mazi.
Hold on.
The only reason I did that, Mazi, is because Amos comes in there every.
I'm not done. Okay.
Talking about coexistence.
Stay muted. I'm not done. Stay muted.
So Amos is a no, but Carr is a yes.
Yeah, Amos is an old fart, right? Nobody really likes him. He's just an old fart out of his age. Even though I look at him as a genocidal maniac, but out of his fucking age, because it's from my religion side. It just it makes me want to give him some respect, because all of us have that one uncle that's like that's a crazy one, and I look at him as a crazy uncle. So here's the deal. Now they opened a room together, house together. Today's incident, while the room is running, Emrose ends up blocking that car guy. We engaged with him, me and you, right, Maji? That fucker, everybody crashed out on him. That son of a bitch denies the fucking massacre, genocide in Syria, right? We had Benny Adam crash out. Hold on. Oh, bro, it's not a lie. Just mute up. Benny Adam crashed out. We had another person crashed out. We had so many people crashed out and called him out on his bullshit. Muhammad called him out as well. He's a professor, by the way. The brother is from Morocco.
No,
he's
that
a
day,
professor.
like 5 people called him out or crashed out on him.
Yeah, yeah. And then the next day, that fucker came back again. I sent him an invite because I wanted to call that fucker out because he denied it would relate to the Spain history about the churches. And I gave the mic to Benny Adam, and Ava kept on coming off the mic. I said, please mute up, mute up, mute up, mute up. I had to, at one point, I did have to move her down because she wouldn't mute up. And Benny Adam called him out on the history of Spain about how, where, they actually burned down the fucking.
What does this have to do with
churches.
this?
I'm not done.
I know.
Just another minute. Okay, just mute up.
What does this have to do?
Up. So then, the today's rule, does Emrose, because Emrose was with A from the jump, opening up that 50-50 on that house. Does Emrose have the right to block that son of a whore that was in here, that denied genocide, that gaslit, triggered everybody? Does she have the right to do that because she realized this fucker is a genocide denier? She does. She has a right. Because half of it is she owns.
General brought her up,
without her.
General, the only reason that she came back on the stage is because.
Without Emrose, you're not gonna have any clout. You're not gonna have anybody debating anybody because Emrose is very controversial.
Look at you.
Oh my God! Hold on. Because you're a clout chaser. That's what Emrose said. So
I know,
if you
and
want,
she's a credible source.
Hold on. If you want people in your room to be able to debate on the topics
I don't want her in my room. That's fine.
Hold on. That you don't have any knowledge of, that Emrose has knowledge of, she can bring in a lot of people and she can go back and forth.
I don't want it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Mozzie, can I say one thing because they're lying? Mozzie, in the beginning, General came. He gave everybody a pep talk, including Rose. He said, listen, guys, you have to like this person car. Because initially, he wasn't on the stage. Said, we're going to have these conversations. We have conversations with people like Daniel all the time. People like me all the time. This is something that we can do.
This woman.
And that's what happened. So the fact that now you think you can spin the block. By the way, a general became a moderator as well at some point. You think it's okay to block, to take your friend. Your personal friend up here.
He took over your room.
And for no reason, the person didn't say anything. For no reason, block them and not tell you.
And kicked A off the stage.
She should have said something. He took
over her room, bro.
Amir, Amro should have said
Don, I should have said something. Fine. For fuck's sake, I'm lost.
I did something bad. Who cares? Oh, you're really is it?
Mozzie wants to jump in.
One sentence, please.
Yes.
I don't think A is
John Kitover,
but at the same time, that guy Carr is proven to be a very suspect individual, and they're rightfully crashed out on by 545.
If we decided to have them on the stage, that was the decision, Mozzie.
I'm not gonna let you talk. No,
I'm done. It's okay.
Nobody's letting me finish this fucking sentence, bro. Not you, not Emrose, not Amir, not Don.
Yeah, it was like that for me earlier. Go ahead.
Let me just finish the sentence. So
just don't focus on Carr. Focus on fucking Emrose's behavior. Carr's not my fucking people. This is disgusting. Amir, you're a fucking piece of shit. And now Emrose is laughing because your plan's working.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at Mozzie. He crashed out. Go, Mozzie.
Let me just finish the sentence. That's all I want to do.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Say something. Because I'm
No, Mozzie, it's on you. Hold on. It's on Mozzie.
So, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say now.
You were saying about Carr, the guy Carr.
Yeah, so Emrose and let me finish, A, before you blast, let me finish. Emrose used her knowledge from the previous 1 or 2 days to be like, this guy's a piece of shit. I don't want him on the stage. She used her discretion. Now, again, I don't think you're a cloud chaser. And also, I will say that you were not even stressing about Carr when you were that Emrose was sneaky or slick or lying. You weren't Carr as a big example. You was using your other friends. Okay? I'm done.
I just want to clarify. I objected to Carr coming on the panel from the very beginning. I expressed that objection. I said that I will only be okay with it if Sam is okay with it. Sam said he's okay. We tried conversation, and then I said that I think a better conversation, even if it's difficult, according to what General said, would be between Iran.
General had a conversation with the whole room, and the decision was made. Once the decision is made, what you're saying now, void. Means fucking nothing.
Is this like,
it means nothing. So what is General, what he says means nothing then.
But General hijacked your room, by the way, kicked you down the room.
What's your point?
The point is, look.
The point is, you're a piece of shit.
Hold on. I am a piece of shit. So then he brought you back up, and then you started crashing out, and then he moved you down again.
Hold on. I'm not worried about his behavior. I'm talking about him because General is the one who had a conversation with the room and said, guys, we need to be able to have these conversations, whether they're difficult or not, but do not be disrespectful. Hold on.
General did cool.
Am I a fucking parrot?
He did a coup.
This is the problem. General said it.
Oh my God.
We all agreed. Her position was, I'm not going to say anything to this person doesn't say anything to me. Guess who broke the MOU first? Guess who broke the MOU first? Guess who did it? As soon as she came off the mic, look at you, victim. I know, and you're trivializing it because it's not. You think it's not that bad.
You need to calm down, though.
You are an Israeli Zionist. You are a terrorist.
There we go.
She's not a Zionist, man.
Yeah, that pathology is, it's in your core.
Zionists are
She's very consistent. She's anti-Zionist.
She's a very consistent scumbag.
She's very consistent anti-Zionist.
If anything, I don't care. I know, I don't care.
Come on, guys.
Go and cry. You're a victim.
It's not about a victim, It
is about the victim.
No, it's about people who actually try to achieve something.
No, you achieved your goal. You talked about Iran all night. You didn't talk about anything else. Not one thing.
I'm sorry, did we not have an entire conversation about Syria?
She did. She talked about Iran.
Okay, so
and I did have a conversation with Brownie about Iran.
Brownie said you cut him off every not once, not twice, not thrice. Every single fucking time.
If you listen to the clip,
and guess what?
He said,
if you at the end, he said, well, you can have back and forth. You still cut him off. You still fucking cut him off.
You
cut him off. Even the back and forth, you were still cutting him off.
Yeah,
Play the tape again.
Play
it again.
I have a problem with interrupting. I'm not denying it.
Play it again.
The conversation ended up being a
Play it again.
Conversation.
No, it didn't. No, Brownie would disagree. Play it again.
Later. We need to focus more.
You're a fucking liar.
No. I would love to play it again, but at the same time, I think what we need to focus is this energy that's going to waste right now. I think we need some sort of therapy, right? And I think I need to open up a therapy room later today. This is not a good look for
This is a bad look for you and
This is not a good look for A and me and Emeralds and Mazi. Definitely Mazi crashed
I have been doing this for years. You've been doing this.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, snakes can come in too.
What did you
That's
just
fine.
say?
I'm not repeating myself. Catch up.
We are doing it for years, me and her. So
Yes.
I've been doing it for about 2
Thank
years
you,
every
Thank you,
day.
Snakey Snake. Thank you.
No, it's not snake. Come on, man. I'm not a snake.
You're a doxy snake.
I didn't dox you, man. You told me your name.
Okay.
Wait,
oh my
your
God,
real
hold on.
picture up.
I'm sorry. Like, are you talking to me? Shut up when you're talking to me.
Emma, she's the one that told me.
That's a
your
good
name.
Zionist terrorist fucking strategy.
No, she has a right to ask not to be called by her private name, but
Yeah,
that's
and
not
then I stopped. I respected it. I don't call her the name. She told me, or she said she gave me.
I know. I mean, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I don't know why you're accusing me of doxing you, man.
I don't know why you're up here lying. You're up here like
by the way, the accusation
shekels
is one of the worst accusations.
I don't care. I know. Emerald, this is not something you want. Wait, this nation came from me, you think? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know who you accused me of.
Okay, who accused me of that? Come on.
Where do you think I'm new here? You just said that you guys been doing this, right? So you guys history, right?
Who accused
So
me
where
of
did
it?
I get the information?
You tell me who accused me of it.
No,
you're refusing
you
to
don't
say.
know. Yeah, because guess what? even after all this, I don't give a flying fuck
Make
enough
sure
to do
to
that,
provide
and
evidence
especially
next
for
time.
Amir. I don't want Amir to know that there are snakes around him.
But there's
Get
a
it?
problem when you accuse
He's a
people
snake
of
too.
lying.
He can deal with
When
it.
you accuse people of lying or
When you
gossiping,
accuse
and you don't
accused
back it up,
me of doing
then you
stuff
don't
I did
back-
not do.
What did I
You
accuse you of?
lied about what the fuck you did. You're
What
not
did
the
I lie
arbiter
about?
of fucking truth. You're
What did
dishonest.
I lie about?
You are
And I
fundamentally
asked you 1,000
dishonest.
times. I asked you 1,000 times. What did I lie
This
about?
is some fucking bullshit that we're
Yeah.
spending.
So
fucking
Mozzie,
1 hour
Mozzie,
on.
we already told you, right?
Amir, can
Amir,
I say something?
You could say whatever fuck you want. There's no cue, dog.
Who wants to say something?
Gab.
Yes, Gab. Yes.
There-
Gab, were you in that room?
No, I was not in that room. But it's just something you said, and I
Did
wanna
somebody
point
have
out.
you blocked?
In your room, there was somebody that had.
No, I'm talking about in their room.
No.
I don't have get blocked.
No.
Okay, good.
I was at work, even no. But Amir, you mentioned how Carr is genocide denier and stuff, right? And that's
Yes.
some sort of justification to have him blocked by Emrose. However,
No justification. You need to understand what I said.
No.
Hold on. Hey.
Gab, can we get on a call so you can get the truth?
Can you please mute up? I'm speaking now, Gab.
You're speaking about my story.
Can
You're
you
lying.
please mute up? Can you be because he's talking about what I said.
Yeah, he's talking.
Can you please mute up? Hey, please.
Yeah, bro, you
stop.
gotta learn to just be quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's
I'm
gonna-
just addressing Gab. I'm not addressing you. Gab, here's the deal. The context I said is the house that they built together, right? You know when you build a house together, right? You make a decision together, or you can make your own decision if the other person is not around, right? Or the other person is,
I was right beside her.
Hold on. Or
She
the other
did it
person
sneakily.
Hold on a second. If the other person is not able to understand or comprehend the position of an idiot, a genocide denier, Holocaust denier.
So I guess you're saying General didn't understand. He made the decision.
Hold on. Please mute up. So, and they opened the house together. Because of Emrose.
Wait, Gab, sir.
Mike, I'll give you, this is like strike 10 again. I have to move you down. It's up to you. Either you sit in the audience or just stay up here on mute. I'll give you the mic afterwards. Leave this, man.
Damn, dog.
Gab, here's the.
I'm just calling Gab over and over. My God.
Okay. Sit in the audience.
Hold on.
So Gab, here's the deal. I said they build a house together, right? And what the deal is, if you build a house together, and you have the right, and it's all the people that went into that house, that room, it was because of Emrose, because Emrose is very controversial. You see what I'm saying? Emrose, when she goes in there, she says things, she says controversial stuff about Iran, whatever. It's a lot of people, they get triggered about her or whatever. Just like I'm controversial, right? I say some crazy shit as well sometimes. So if it's just up to I don't think people will go in there and have that debate. You see what I'm saying? So Emrose,
go to sleep. Go to sleep, my little pretty baby. I'm fall asleep, my pretty little baby. Sleepy time for Johnny. Sleepy time for Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor.